Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. Today I'll be starting an audiobook which is nothing but a compilation of my experiences dealing with thousands of students over the years. It is my perspective on some of the most commonly faced problems of students, and I've tried to address these problems with my unique perspective which I have developed over the last few years. My career as a teacher has been a fulfilling one. I want my every student to be happy, to be successful, and it is with this thought that I have made this audiobook available for everyone on my YouTube channel. So let me quickly start with the first chapter, which is the power of silence. Why is the right behavior so important? What should be the perfect behavior of a student? Your success is highly dependent on the way you behave. To succeed in life, one must learn the art of silence. Leveraging silence will make you all the more powerful. It will help you to save your energy and declutter your mind. If you talk endlessly, talking endlessly reduces the mind's ability to think and understand efficiently and causes mental fatigue. Being silent enhances your thought process and makes your mind work faster. Silence allows your brain to rejuvenate. How do you stay silent and avoid unnecessary conversations? First of all, graciously reduce your social circle. You have to reduce your social circle. Restrict the meetings with relatives and bring down the number of social gatherings such as the wedding or the birthday parties. This will help you to save more time and energy and above all, stay silent. Silence is more powerful than words. In fact, Leonardo da Vinci also said, "Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence." Let me elucidate this with an example. Once I asked a student of mine, "Since how many years have you been preparing?" He replied, "Since the last 5 years." Now that's a lot of time. He requested me to suggest him a way through which he can achieve something in his life. I asked him about a phone conversation that he was having for about an hour before the class. I asked him whom you were talking to, whom you were speaking with. He said he was talking to his school friend. I then got to know that he has many such friends and he wastes a lot of time on the phone. I told him that if he saves a few minutes, then he will be able to save a few hours. If he saves a few hours, then he will be able to save some days. And if he is able to save days, then months. And if he saves some months, then he will be able to save a few years. Now, if he wants to save his years, then he has to value those crucial minutes. He must understand the value of time. You must remind yourself of this rule whenever you think you're wasting your valuable time in unproductive activities. There are a lot of benefits when you don't meet a lot of people. You will stop unnecessarily comparing yourself with others. You see, everyone has a different life. These days, people are less bothered by their own troubles, but they feel more miserable when they look at others' happiness. In other words, others' happiness is a source of misery for people rather than their own problems. Almost everyone is suffering from this disease called jealousy. If you are always worried about why your friend has gotten more in life than you, then how will you remain calm? How will your mind be calm and composed? How will you focus on your own goals? Whenever you sit to study, you will invariably keep thinking about the person who has moved ahead of you in life or achieved more than you. Thinking about their success and wasting your time is your own fault, not theirs. Many times we nourish intellectual arrogance and we are always tempted to show off our wealth of knowledge. We end up spending most of our energy in portraying a certain image of ours that we feel can bring us more validation, recognition, and respect from others. Instead of trying to portray ourselves in a certain way, if we spend the same amount of time and energy on our goals, then we can certainly achieve the recognition and respect we so desire by achieving our goals. Everyone has limited energy. We all eat almost the same amount of food. We all have 24 hours in a day. But why is it that a few people reach unprecedented heights in their lives and a few keep running into failures one after the other when we all have 24 hours in a day? The reason is that we keep moving without any direction, and therefore we end up losing all of our energy. We think about and indulge in unnecessary activities so much that we are left with no energy when we sit down to study. Either we keep thinking about failures of the past, or we keep thinking about the imaginary circumstances of the future, which will never appear in our lives. And both of these things drain our energy. Let me give you another example. Imagine if you have to run a race and there are 10 competitors. Just before the race, the referee ties a bag weighing 10 kgs on your legs and then asks you to run. Will you be able to win the race? Will you be able to compete? Obviously not, because you will spend a considerable part of your energy on carrying that weight, which is not carried by others. And they will eventually zoom past you, they will run past you. Now, do you understand how critical it is to save your energy? It is essential to be aware of this fact that you have limited energy and you cannot afford to waste it. And by merely realizing this fact alone will put you ahead in the race from lakhs of your competitors who will keep carrying the weight of their past or who will keep draining energy that you will save. If you socialize with people who have studied less than you or who know less than you or have less knowledge than you, then you will start believing that you are far ahead in the race and have achieved something special and significant already. A sense of false pride and ego will kick in. You will think that others are mediocre, and now it's your job to transcend them out of their mediocrity. Since you start believing that you are superior to them, you may feel encouraged to help your so-called weaker friends. It will bring more importance and will massage your false ego. What you fail to realize is that you are trying to show others light when you yourself are in the dark. Another thing which you should keep in mind is that you should never be the smartest person in the room. Let's imagine a cup, a normal cup that is in our kitchen. Imagine a cup, it has a few drops of water in it. Now, when the cup has gotten certain drops, it feels that it must share some water with others. So it invites the other cups to his home and shares those drops of water with others. The cup is now feeling extremely satisfied and happy that it was able to help others. But then what happens? The cup goes in front of the mirror and watches itself. And it gets the shock of its life. The cup is empty. It sees itself empty from inside. It had actually shared all its water with others and was now completely empty. That cup is you. You want to help others when you yourself have only a few drops of knowledge. Okay, you can go ahead and try to help others, but at the risk of emptying yourself, you will do it. Once you empty yourself, you will be at the mercy of others. So what is the right approach? The right approach is that a cup must fill itself to such an extent that it starts overflowing. That water which overflows will reach others. There are two advantages of this. First, the cup will never get empty. And secondly, it will never have to go to others or invite others. The water will reach the other cups from a distance. When you are wise and full of knowledge, you will become polite. The knowledge will flow from you to others. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to indulge in any kind of show-off. The light of knowledge will shine bright in your personality. Be an overflowing cup and not a cup with a few drops. Has anyone ever been able to stop the rays of light coming from the sun? Be like the sun, not like a torch with limited battery. Rabindranath Tagore once said, "Only a lit candle can light another candle." Make sure that you yourself are lit enough before you wish to enlighten others. Burn yourself in the flames of wisdom before you desire to light up the world. Try to become like a spinning top. In the villages, kids often play with spinning top. Try noticing the rotating top. When the top is rotating on its axis and when it is at its maximum speed, it feels like it is static and not moving. This is how you should be. When others look at you, you must appear to them as if you are stationary, you are stagnant. But in reality, you are moving at your maximum speed. There should be no sign of any show-off. There should be no sign, absolutely no sign of any show-off in your personality. Others should not be even aware of what you are doing and at what speed. Is there any noise when a seed germinates? Is there any noise when the seed grows and becomes a tree? No, right? But when a tree falls, there is a lot of noise. Excessive noise is an indication of destruction. The one who is experiencing real growth is ever silent. Work hard in silence and let your success make all the noise. I hope I was able to convey my sentiments effectively. See you in chapter 2. In chapter 2, I will talk about the exam pressure. Thank you so much.